Last week, Reproductive Medicine Associates of Connecticut went someplace they don't typically go, to Capitol Hill. We joined Resolve in Advocacy Day, and it was an amazing experience. One of the things that we first did was learned our way around Washington, and RMACT sent an entire team. Shonda from our finance department, Kyle from our andrology department. And one of the things that we did was deliver some letters. We collected letters for the 6 weeks between National Infertility Awareness Week and Advocacy Day, and we collected quite a few of them. The big pile, that one's Connecticut's. Connecticut has earned an A, really an A++, as a grade for fertility and fertility preservation. Not every state has earned that. The leave behind that Resolve put together was brilliant. It talked about all the legislative initiatives. It talked about all the pertinent facts. It turns out if you get up early enough in the morning, you get to see the executive director, Barb Kalura of Resolve, and Betsy Campbell. Moving on in the day, we got to see Sean Tipton at the ASRM Academy. ASRM and Resolve has partnered beautifully to manage Advocacy Day, and they are a powerful combination. Casey Berna, who we did a Facebook Live with recently on endometriosis, is a true warrior, as is Joyce Renicky for the Alliance for Fertility Preservation. And here is our team. As at the reception, we do dress up kind of well, and wait for it, here he comes. We had a beautiful surprise the next morning. It wasn't a surprise to us, but Dr. Shaun Williams from RMACT joined us and even brought 2 of his children, not pictured here. Meet Crystal and Tyler Wilson, 2 people who are very special and helped pass the legislation for IVF for vets, something that happened 2 years ago that we are looking for permanent resolution on, and we're still looking for sponsors and co-sponsors to sign on. And here is our Connecticut advocacy team, plus Barb Kalura, Executive Director of Resolve. Wonderful to have such a big team, and wonderful to have members of the team from all over the state. There was breaking news, groundbreaking news, news that really brought tears to everybody in the hall. As we learned from Resolve and learned from 2 staffers, one from Senator Cory Booker's office and one from Representative Rosa DeLauro's office, we now have new legislation that has never been introduced before. Nothing like it has ever been introduced before on comprehensive infertility care. The name of the bill is the Access to Infertility Treatment and Care Act, and it will help individuals and families who are impacted by infertility by 1. Requiring that health plans offered on the group and individual markets, in addition to the Federal Employees Health Benefits Program, TRICARE, and the VA provide coverage for treatment of infertility. 2. Ensuring that those plans also cover fertility preservation services for individuals who undergo a medically necessary procedure that may cause infertility, such as chemotherapy. There has never been anything like this before. We are so excited to be able to be working on a bill that would create really groundbreaking change. So this was Connecticut's lame excuse at a redo on Abbey Road. Please forgive us. And here we are in front of Chris Murphy's office with his staffer. Really very responsive meeting and time with him. One of our 2 fertility heroes of the day, Rosa DeLauro, representative of the 3rd Congressional District right here in Connecticut. We are so excited to have her on board sponsoring this bill, pushing this legislation. And she invited us into her office and then gave an impassioned speech, because I think she doesn't do anything except with passion and dedication. And here she is to tell you what she thinks we need to do to move this bill into law.
What we need to try to do now is, we're going to introduce the legislation, but now we got to build up the co-sponsors, we got to have the advocacy, and we've got to make people understand how important this is to move on. And that is everyone, the people who understand the research and the science and all of that, the people who are engaged in the process, folks who want to have a family, etc., and who are being denied that opportunity, the medical profession that's here. Every angle of this in terms of advocacy has got to be explored.
Cory Booker, Senator from New Jersey, our second fertility hero of the day. He is sponsoring and writing this bill for the Senate side, and that smile is just as bright as it looks. Here is Dr. Shaun Williams with two of his children. He brought them to the Hill to experience this, and we were so thrilled to have them. Big win on Capitol Hill with Jim Himes, who is our congressman from Connecticut for the 3rd Congressional District. He signed on for the PCOS resolution. We're really excited to have him join that group, and we're hoping he'll join the caucus as well. Some after the scenes or between the scenes pictures of some fertility advocates hanging out. Candace Wall, Jennifer J. Palumbo, Lisa Rosenthal, me, and Lori Prim, Andrea Styrish, and if I'm forgetting you or I don't have your name in, please forgive me. It was an amazing day on the Hill with a lot of different fertility advocates working all for the cause of infertility. It gets playful on the Hill when the congresswoman that you are celebrating pops out and photobombs your picture. And of course, who better to do that with than Candace Wall, Barb Kalura from Resolve, Shaun Williams from RMACT. It just doesn't get better than that. And here's a few last words from Congresswoman Rosa DeLauro.
Very, very sincerely, and there shouldn't be any reason why we cannot get bipartisan support on this.
You got one. I'm just making sure. All right.
Here.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
The irony of walking around afterwards and seeing the memorial to World War II and seeing Connecticut and New Jersey together after hearing that Connecticut and New Jersey have now co-sponsored this groundbreaking bill to cover infertility was kind of ironic. And one more time, this is what we did for the last 10 days. Resolve, you outshone yourself. ASRM, you're a wonderful partner. And RMACT, I couldn't be prouder to work with anybody than I am to be working with you.